Okay, ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen and ladies and gents, we got Mr. Kanye West, and I'm not a big fan of the idol that's in the background. That's right, you heard me say idol. That's an idol. See that big thing right there? That's an idol. It's one of those things that the true God says he will not stomach, stand, or tolerate individuals having those. I was at this particular site, BitChute. Now, when I see this name, I see BITCHUTE. That's how I see the name, and it just I'm like, well, who would choose such a name for their website? Well, anyway, I was watching. Somebody sent me an article, and the article was regarding COVID, and the two doctors were talking. But look, ladies and gentlemen, it's not that I'm critical.
Yes, you are critical. I know you're critical because every time you're just critical.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's not that I'm critical. It's that I have been taught to literally question everything. Now, I have not been taught that just by being one of Jehovah's Witnesses. I've been taught that by getting into science, been taught that by getting into research. Question everything. Don't take nobody's word for nothing. No one. Ladies and gentlemen, hold on. Let me make sure you guys understand. The God that I serve, he knows me. He knows that I won't even take somebody's word about him for nothing. He knows that I needed proof of his existence. Now, it doesn't matter what you believe because it ain't got nothing to do with my beliefs. My beliefs are mine. Okay? He has proved his existence. I've already told you, I've almost drowned twice. And each time, at the very last minute, somebody saved me. I have died on an operating table where they pronounced me dead, called my family and said, hey, yo, this nigga done died. Y'all, sorry. Man, this is so funny. You know, we were operating on him. Next thing you know, he was dead. Oh, God. If you don't know how much we are so sorry to hear you guys. I know we really are sorry. It's not that. No, it's not funny. Well, it is funny because we didn't expect this to happen, but we knew it could happen. And, oh, man, now that it's happened, oh, it's so. Okay. And at the last minute, hey, that mother then came back to life. Oh, Kanye West just did a song, Come to Life. Okay. I mentioned Kanye West, and I mentioned Kanye West because there were some comments about Kanye West, talking about Kanye West is crazy.
Something went wrong.
Shut up. They were talking about Kanye West is crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, why? Why does Kanye West have to be crazy? Because he said something you didn't agree with? Because he said something you didn't like? Oh, no. Kanye West is crazy because the media has portrayed him to be crazy. Kanye West is crazy because they did the same thing to Kanye West that they did to Martin Lawrence. Go back and take a look. Martin Lawrence is running down the street with a gun in his hand? How come he didn't get any jail time? Any other black person would have got jail time. That's what the industry does to people, ladies and gentlemen, when they start speaking out against the industry. Go back and listen to how Kanye West was starting to speak out against the industry. He was too vocal. They want you singing and dancing. They want you singing and dancing and being involved in sports, but they don't want you speaking out. How dare you be a person of color and you do something besides basketball, singing, or dancing, or being a janitor or a custodian or a housemaid? How dare you not work in a restaurant and get minimum wage? How dare you not be on the street corner selling drugs? How dare you not be involved in a gang? How dare you not be a militant? You're trying to be a political activist. You're trying to speak on politics. How dare you step out of your lane? Nobody pays attention. Every time a person of color speaks out and it's contrary to the mainstream, they start labeling them. Go ahead, take a look at all the labels I get. Before it even happened, I told people, I said, and then individuals are going to start to try to use my past against me. They're going to start to bring up my past to try to discredit what I'm saying. I've asked everybody, prove me wrong. Talk about me all you want, but prove me wrong. Okay, back to the death thing. Dying on the operating table and being here now, I've almost died 8 times in my life. And I'm not talking about close to death. I'm talking about so close that one time they said I was dead for 18 minutes. Now, 18 minutes may not seem like a lot of time. Hold on. Because y'all don't understand. Y'all don't understand. Wait, I got to click that again. We've only been talking for 6 minutes. Okay, so we got to do the whole beginning of this video 3 more times for you to understand how long 18 minutes is. And just like with COVID, they decided to pump me with some experimental medication that had not been tested. It was still going through trial stages. Nobody gave them authorization to put that junk in me. It worked. Nobody gave them authorization to put that junk in me. It worked. Nobody gave them authorization to put that junk in me. The side effects from that junk are long lasting. They have tweaked it since. It's now used for everybody who experiences malignant hyperthermia. Ladies and gentlemen, when the doctor told me, this is what the doctor said. He said he saw my blood boiling in my veins. That's why I tell you, I believe in spontaneous combustion. My temperature was that high. The only reason that they stopped at 52 degrees Celsius is because that's as high as their instruments went. They knew that I was higher than 52 degrees Celsius, which equates to about 126 degrees Fahrenheit. They knew I was higher than that, but they couldn't document that I was higher than that because their instruments only went to 52 degrees Celsius. Those are his words. So do yourself a favor. He said he saw my blood boiling in my veins. His words, not mine. I'm not making this up. Go and do your research on how high of a temperature does there need to be for blood to boil. And that lets you know how high my temperature was. They threw me in a tub of ice. To this day, I have a problem with cold. Okay? I don't mind the heat, ladies and gentlemen. It's been 100 degrees and I'm sitting inside. Most of y'all can't stand 100 degrees inside of a building without air conditioning. It's gotten as high as 110 degrees inside that trailer, and y'all don't hear me saying anything other than, it's 100 degrees. It's 110 degrees. It's 108 degrees. Because that's just me showing you guys that, no, I can barely feel it. 90 degrees feels like 80 degrees. 100 degrees feels like 90 degrees. It feels 10 degrees less with me most of the time, anywhere from 10 to 15 degrees. Like right now, I think outside it's about 60 degrees. It feels about 50. Got a jacket on. I'm sitting in my car watching the sunrise. I'm at a fire station. There's a fire station in my house. Parking lot where I get to come and sit. I'm at a fire station. And while I'm sitting here at the fire station, I'm looking out. Looking back all of the years, I guess I shedded some tears. You know, I told myself time and time again, this time I'm gonna win. But enough advice, things ain't right. I'm losing again. And you know, it takes a fool to lose twice. Sorry, that was TKO by me. Ladies and gentlemen, getting back to the fact that each time that I've almost died, I've known it was who it was that said, I don't care how much they try. You ain't going nowhere just yet. You see what I'm saying? There's this creature. Y'all know who he is. Everybody wants to try to deny his existence, but they must recognize his existence at the same time. His name is Satan. Y'all heard of that creature? Well, that's not his name. What do you mean that's not? That's not his name. Satan is a title. It means deceiver. And devil means slanderer. Wait a minute. How can Satan mean deceiver? Satan start with an S and deceiver start with a D, and devil means slanderer, and devil start with a D, and slanderer start with an S. I know, opposite, ain't it? Well, Satan the devil. That's why he's called Satan the devil. Okay, because he slandered God, thus making himself a devil, said, God lied to you. He knows the day you eat from that tree, you ain't going to, okay, that was slander. And then he deceived Eve. In the same conversation, the very same sentence, i.e. Satan the devil. He created himself. God created the devil. No, God did not create the devil. God could not create slander, moron. Why you gotta do the name calling? Well, no, actually, I wasn't calling you a name. I was giving you a descriptive characterization. Oh, that's better. Okay, I thought you were calling me a name. No, I wasn't calling you a name. If I was calling you a name, I'd call you a stupid mother, and even that would be a descriptive. Oh, well, yeah, okay. When you say it like that, it don't sound so offensive. So you can be descriptive all you want. You can call me by descriptive names because, you know, I got some for you too. Your mama. All right, ladies and gentlemen. The reason for this video, because I've been to not a ton of YouTube channels because I don't go and visit anybody else's channel. I don't get information from anybody else. I don't have a study group. And this is on purpose. I used to have a group that I could call and we communicate and we bounce things off of each other. And we would do pretty well. I even like talking to people like Mr. THC Trust, Tex Mason, Mr. Sly. I have a lot of respect for that young man. Okay? And I used to enjoy talking to him and bouncing things off of him. But that was some time ago. We're talking about 2012. There are very few people. Look, I hear people saying that I'm a beast. Ladies and gentlemen, and they're not saying it as a descriptive of my demeanor and posture and looks. They wouldn't do a thing like that because then I would tell them to go off. Anyway, I had a young man, his last name was Schultz, and he was one of them Americans, but Mr. Schultz would say, I'm a beast, you know, and when he would play dominoes, that would be his response to everybody. I am a beast. And I liked it when he said it. It was just a term that I knew was descriptive of me when I do certain things. So I just had somebody recently email me and tell me that his impression of me was that I am a beast when it comes to this information. And I agree with him. I agree that there's a lot of dedication on my part. I agree that I go out of my way to make sure that I'm giving accurate information and I'm not just talking just to be talking. I go out of my way to make sure that when I talk about information that I am not just opening and closing my mouth. So watch what I'm about to do. We're going to go through, yeah, we got programs here. We're going to go through this, but I need to open this up because this is what I want to show you. You know what? I don't want to do it that way. I want to make it larger this way. Hold on. We're going to do the font. Wait, select all. We're going to change you to 16. Now let's change you to 18. Okay, this is what this is not the finished product. I'm working on a contract for those of you who got homes and you got situation with your homes. Okay? So this is what we're putting together thus far. And this is not the final statements. Let me tell you, because this is the genius in all of this.
Oh, you're talking about being a genius again. Oh, aren't you so humble?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, hold on. You don't get to determine whether a person is humble or not. That's not, as a matter of fact, if you determine that a person is humble, or if you judge whether a person is humble or not, guess what you've just done? You've just proven that you're not humble. A humble person doesn't judge another. Sorry.
Well, God judges people.
But he's not judging people on anything other than the standards he set. By the way, I want you all to understand. Go back and take a look at the requirements. Jehovah is not required to be humble. No. Go ahead. Go take a look. There is nothing requiring him to be humble. He is the true God. He is the Almighty. He is the sovereign of the existence of all existence. So how in the world is he required to be anything? So he's not required to be humble. Sorry, Charlie. For those of you who have mortgages, we're going to be putting together the mortgage complaint document. It's going to be a PDF. You're going to send this and you're going to introduce it into your court case because it's going to provide your legal argument. Ladies and gentlemen, I got to take this, so y'all hold on 1 second. Okay, yes, somebody is meeting me, and so that's why I'm up this early in the morning. That's why I'm looking at the haze of the fire. But to the north of me, I can see. But to the south of me, I can't see. Now, here are some of the questions we're going to be putting into like I said, these are not the final speech of the questions. And I'll tell you why we're doing the questions this way and why the genius is associated with the questions in a second. But it says, first, I know that the banks cannot sell me a home for which they themselves are not the owner. 100% correct. They cannot sell you a home for which they don't own, nor can you put up as collateral a home you don't own. It's a violation of law. You don't have possession. Possession is 9/10. The other 1/10 you don't own. It says, I also know that the banks or financial institutions do not provide me what they term as a secured loan. See, that's why it says not the final. But provide presumably a loan for me to purchase a property. Not a home. You're not purchasing a home. You're purchasing a property. It's not a home loan. They don't own a home. In order for it to be a home loan, they have to own the home. Okay? So we're putting this together. Now, here's the genius. Each one of these questions, we're going to put in case text, or each one of these statements, we're going to put in case text, but we're going to put it in a form for which a judge would normally make a ruling. So we're going to put it in legalese. That's the unique part about case text. It allows me to put my statements in legalese and pull up the court cases that are similar. And then I take the actual statement from the court and I put that back in case text, and then that pulls up all the other cases like it. That's what I do. That's what we're getting ready to do. We'll create this document. This document will be up. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I got to go meet these young folks. So I'll speak to y'all later. Y'all take care. Thank y'all for visiting. See you later. Hey, yo, Kanye!